Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick and welcome back to GreedFall, where we're on our way to, I think it's the demon camp that Father Iostas told us about. No, it's not the demon camp, it's the Eden camp. Which has like a splinter group of people from Teleme. I don't necessarily remember the specifics, and it appears that the quest isn't actually going to tell me the specifics in the quest log. So, we're going to go over there, talk to them, and find out why we're there in the first place. Because I do not remember. Why, hello, dear. Oh, look, a campfire. I could have saved even closer to the place. All right. Any other question marks? They're all in this fort on this side of the area. So let's clear up all of these. Oh.
What an astounding place.
My mother told me about this place. She said that the
I know, it looks almost like every other...
Sons. How could their chief accept this?
All that's left to do is find Father Justinius.
I appeal to the better nature of travelers on the Vedvilvi Road. My brother decided to explore it and never returned. If any of you were to find his body, please dig a grave for him so that he may rest in peace. He must still have his coin purse on him. I would be happy to leave it to you as a reward. Very aggressive Yorglins have built a nest north of Eden. Be cautious if you need to follow the road to the northeast or go into the bushes. A reward will be offered to whoever destroys these nests. We can supply you with traps. Okay, so that's not that abode. Is it like this area here? Can I just run over and just take out these traps, or not these traps, these nests, without saving my game or making any precautions? Why, hello, big fellow. Surely you're not dangerous. Oh, you're not. Nope. There was another one. Which one am I targeting now? Please target the one in front of me, thank you. Okay, let's heal. Oh. Are you all getting beaten up? Oh my gosh, how did I get... Alright, let's heal again. Oh my gosh. People. I mean, whatever you are. Alright, we're gonna have to stasis one of these fellows. Oh my gosh. I do not like the fact that he rolls forward and I get hit.
I can't hold on much longer.
Ciora, where are you? Where the hell is Ciora?
Things are about to get dicey.
Like, literally, where is she?
Green blood. I can't hold on much longer. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Like, she seems to have ditched the entire fight.
Move away. Things are about to get dicey. Green blood.
And this tree branch is not doing very, is not helping me on visibility. Ow. Now.
Move away! Things are about to...
Siora, what the hell were you doing all the way over there? What were you even going to offer the party? Why doesn't this game have controls for your AI companions? Like, it's great that they wanted to make this big, ambitious RPG. But oh, I can do this. Great. Where's the other one? Do I have to activate? How do I look at contracts? Like, so I can't actually set targets for the contracts. Which I would imagine they wanted those to be a little bit more freeform. Oh, is this the other one? Or is this the one that I destroyed? I think that's just the one I destroyed. Oh, it's probably this on the map. It's not really like a highlighted icon, but it's there, kinda, sorta. All right, let us go and take out this remaining nest. And hopefully it is actually there to be taken out. Oh, somebody's attacking me. Now. Ow. How rude. Okay, let's stasis one of these. And then do a couple of these adrenaline-fueled attacks. Yeah, just kind of do a balance between attack and shield. Now, that was not a good balance between attack and shield. Okay, I'm going to either have to... Alright, we'll have to get rid of one of them, the one that I was fighting at least. And then we probably should get rid of the one that has the lower health. And... nope. Let us stasis the big one. See how well that works. And then stasis the big one or the little one? Maybe the little one. Yeah, because he's going to be stasis for way longer. There we go. Okay. It's okay, we're good. We just need to get one more hit in. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the level direction, like, what level this game actually expects me to be in any specific area. And that's something I always find convenient for any sort of RPG where you have an open world and where you have fixed enemy levels. Is, actually, hold on. Can you change it so you can see enemy levels at a distance? I don't think so. Yeah, it seems like you can only kind of see enemy levels... Oh, I went too far. When you've gone too far, when you've entered the battle, then you can start to see enemy health bars. Like, that's how I ended up getting into that fight with the group of enemies with skull levels, who immediately destroyed me. I assumed this was the other nest because of this on the map, but apparently I was wrong. But there were a whole bunch of guys that I just ran into up here. Where are their bodies now? What did I do with all of these? Are they more? Oh. Again, what is up with these level differences? Like, the guys just 2 feet away are taking so many more hits. They killed my entire... They wiped my entire party, with the exception of myself. It makes for an oddly balanced game. Okay, that's where that was. Like, it's one of the reasons I've never really gotten that far into Dragon's Dogma. Is because, like, the game, and whether it's the level distribution or the chaotic nature of combat, when when you're expected to manage so many people against so many people, like, that game gets very difficult. Oh, there we go. There's the other one, which is northwest of the camp rather than northeast. So what happened? What do you do when you complete a mission? Oh, it's just gone. Okay. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma gets really hard, and it would be nice to know what level requirement, or like what would be a recommended level to pursue any specific quest before you go and do it. Because given the open world nature of it, like, it gets a bit tiresome running for so long, only to discover that the things that you're fighting against are way tougher than you are. And you probably shouldn't be in that area, and you've just done a bunch of stuff that you're going to have to redo later. But for now, let us talk to this fellow, Father Eustinius.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and civilization in these wild lands.
Howdy, Pilgrim.
Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Father Eustinius. Delighted. And what may I do for you?
Well, tell me about the stolen tablets.
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this
gosh.
power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
There is absolutely no evidence besides their presence. It must be them.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wonder how my people could accept the priests settling in their home like this.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence.
Why do I still have to talk to him?
Father.
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
Tell me about the creation of Eden.
Tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vigsenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Right. Tell me about the diversity of the people in your village.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
What about your relations with the natives living in this village?
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
Oh yeah, everybody's agreeable in this village, especially after the ones who disagreed with us left.
And how well have neighboring villagers welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There are no Onol Manawi and no warriors here either. Did they all leave?
Perfect harmony takes time, my child. I have no doubt that one day we will manage to convince your kind to convert. But, in the meantime, we must settle for the miracle of great coexistence that this place already represents. Nobody thought we could live side by side with your people. And yet...
Right.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Alright, let's talk to Mother Eugenia. And her sidekicks. Ooh, let's talk to her sidekicks first. Brother Virgil, please tell me about yourself.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Are you a merchant?
Do you have any ideas about who stole the tablet?
Some of the village savages helped us during the search. Perhaps they are behind all of this. There was a particular woman who seemed to want us to be there. I don't remember her name, though.
Okay.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Alright, tell me about the stolen tablets.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Who do you suspect?
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas. I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics.
I suspect
Some settlers may have
everybody,
fallen prey to the lure of
including
profit.
myself.
The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us, or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Where were the tablets?
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Mateus later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to, but I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
Who was guarding those tablets?
I imagine that someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken a task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Tell me about Eden's creation.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
You know, that guy in the background is not very good at chopping trees because he's been working that tree over for quite a while. How have the natives reacted upon your arrival?
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of St. Mateus. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
All right, were there any confrontations?
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful.
All right, Brother Virgil.
I will let you work.
We need answers. And we're going to get them. Tell us everything you know.
Greetings. Desade. I'm handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
You know, that's kind of interesting. Like, think about like the Mass Effect style of conversation. Like, you usually enter a conversation. You do maybe introduce yourself like you do now. The other person talks, and then you get a reaction. And based on your reaction, it could be more Paragon, or it could be more Renegade. But what if you were able to enter a conversation as Paragon or Renegade? Like, the way that I just approached this conversation versus the way that my character did. Clearly, I was the more Renegade, and she was the more Paragon. But, like, what if you could enter a conversation, be like, and hold the button down and press the speech button, and then that affects even the first line of that conversation, rather than always being in response to something? Tell me about the stolen tablets.
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Okay. Are you going to tell me about the night of the theft? Do I have to
What
really
can you
ask
tell me
every
about that
single
night?
question?
Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Do you suspect someone?
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
I don't know. Have you seen the latest episode of Andor? Tell me about the possible involvement of natives.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, We conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things.
Really? That seems pretty on par with the theologians we've met so far. Basically, oh, we don't have the physical evidence anymore, but we can still continue our genocide.
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Also, something to note is, even though I'm giving a lot of criticism to these fellows who duly deserve said criticism, there is a little bit of realism to their story, in that, like, their ignorance and their absolution in faith has caused them to look upon the natives of this island as demons. I remember back in college when one of the things that we read was early colonial texts, and one woman writer from colonial days had described the Native Americans who had been attacking their village as little black devils sent by God to punish them for their sins. And there is a lot of ignorance and a lot of absolute belief in their system to make this person believe those things. That these people that they are seeing that don't speak their language, that maybe not aren't their customs, aren't people. And, like, that's what somebody like this guy, this Brother Virgil, is trying to get away with. He's like him, the other guy who I talked to. You can hear it in certain ways these characters speak as if, like, the natives are lesser than. But from a very an absolute faith lens of theirs. Ask about his missions with the natives.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it.
And he has no response to that. Okay. What about your relations with the natives?
How are your relations with the natives?
Probably
When I
not
arrived,
great.
We were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Also, there's a little bit of the
will
original
leave you to
Wicker
your
Man.
work.
I haven't seen
Goodbye.
the Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage aside from the best clips of all time. Yeah, let's go to his abode. But the original version with Christopher Lee, the police officer who went to the island to find the missing girl, like, he was such, like, a Christian missionary to the point that it was extremely unexpected for the story. Like, I was expecting, okay, guy goes to the island, he's looking for this missing girl, strange things are happening, and strange things definitely do happen in that story. And then he's walking in, like, imagine this scene. He's walking into a schoolhouse where the missing girl might have been, and he's looking at the empty desk where that missing girl once was. And then he looks at the other students in that classroom and he goes, how do you expect them to accept Jesus Christ in this classroom? And it's like, what? He's constantly getting distracted from his mission, trying to convert everybody to Christianity over and over again. That it becomes very ridiculous. It's very hard to take him seriously as a character. But maybe that is the point of the original Wicker Man. It's been a little while. Lair, tell us about your village.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
Tell me about Eden Prime.
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Tell me about the arrival of the religious
Tell me about the
folks.
arrival of the people of Thélème and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
Right. How the conversions took place.
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
Once again, have you seen the latest episode of Andor? It's a really good show. You should watch it.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Also, what's up with the fact that you're just telling me that they violently interrogated people? Are you worried that I'm going to be like, hey, this guy over there, he's just telling me that you're torturing people into believing your religion?
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men. Perhaps wiser than they are.
Good luck with that one.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
I knew
Alright.
that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
The priests separated this village into two parts. The exiles must be broken-hearted, having left their clan behind.
On the other hand, had they followed their chief's example, this wouldn't have happened. Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
So, okay, that makes them suspect not because of who they are, but because of what was done to them. For now, though, let us investigate this hut. See what we can find out, despite Virgil's complaints.
If you are saying that these tablets bear writings from the very hand of our holy
I'm not
founder,
saying anything.
then we must find them. Without them, all our research to trace the life of Saint Matthias on this island is doomed to failure. If these savages have stolen them, we will have to take them back, by force if necessary.
Alright, that's great, kid. So what have we got here? We've got...
There's only one entrance, and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
This priest, Virgil, said that the night was calm. So calm that he probably fell asleep. So, the thieves only had to take the key from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
You think that the one who told them is in this village?
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village. Family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who's close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Okay. Not surprising that Brother Virgil would want to avoid responsibility for his failure. He seems like the type. But let us go back to the chief again and see if we can figure out which of the natives we can talk to.
You have returned on Almanawi. Do you need something else?
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe
It
those
was
who
you.
were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Do you expect me to talk? Oh, is it a bad time for an inquisition?
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her. But things may not be so simple when it comes to her son. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Lair, what is up with you? Do you have issues with abandonment? Did somebody leave you? Did somebody hurt you? I mean, like, I would talk to you, but I've got a quest to do, so, yeah, you're gonna have to bottle that up. Alright, Vindwall. Tell me your secrets.
Greetings. Are you Vindwall?
Bertia Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Ask her about Lair.
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are.
The
Almost
mind
speaks
shakers?
like them now.
Alright, it was you! With the tablet thieving hands. In
Listen,
the tablet room.
I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of St. Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no
Whatever
point
you
in
say,
denying it.
Shaggy Too Dope.
I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Tell her that her help would allow the thieves to be spared.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Thélème is to give the priests their tablets back. So if you do not want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
I mean, are the traps going to see us? I am a little confused on why you consider that a more stealthy approach. But I suppose when I get there, I can always save my game. Alright. So, she says avoid the path on the left. Because it's
Here's
riddled.
the place that Vindwall indicated. The exiles must be near.
I hope you don't intend to fight them. They've already had to leave their families and their homes. They've suffered enough.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
Remember that we were told the area on the left was a trap. It would be smarter to take the other path.
It would be, but I'm actually kind of curious as to what kind of trap would cause me to be caught while sneaking. Like, I can clearly see those traps. Is that it? I am not impressed by your lame traps.
There, we found them. Now all that's left to do is return to Eden.
And you know what? I'm going to go down that same path again. Really show this lady what for. She'll be like, wow, you didn't take my advice and everything went perfectly. I guess you're super cool, and I wish I could hang out with you all day, but I can't because I can't leave this position in time or space. Okay, that was it. Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
I think so. I managed to retrieve the tablets discreetly.
I am glad to hear that you managed to retrieve them. I will go talk to my son now. He needs to stop seeking revenge and find a new clan.
That would indeed be wiser. Vengeance has no positive repercussions.
Blood begats blood. Alright, let's head back to the village via the camp. All right, Mother Eugenia, here are your
I
tablets.
retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on St. Matthias.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the only thing that matters.
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that these thieves will not strike again if they are not punished?
Had you respected this village, you would not have to look for a culprit. You settled here without even asking those who lived here for their opinion on the matter. Instead of talking about harmony, start taking action to really make it happen.
Yeah,
That is
stop
precisely what we desire more than anything.
Stop torturing people.
We may have been
Oh,
a bit
you were so clumsy.
in the
Oof.
beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I am very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you. I hope your expedition will be a success.
All right. Well, that's done. Wait for results of the research. All right. All right, I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Next time I'm going to go east, go to that village that was indicated by Petrus as the Demon Village. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.